Man, I noticed that you didn't want to click the record button with me insulting you.
Well, we were having a conversation. I didn't think it was a recording conversation.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. You seemed on a roll, and I didn't want to just jump right in the middle, so it's fine. I was being berated for the condition of my house being a desert in well, not even a desert. It's the tundra, more or less, with a dry, wintry air. It's not like desert dry air, which is like hot. It's a cold time, so just moderately unpleasant to be in.
Moderately. I just think you've never lived in a good living environment, so you don't actually know what it's like to live in a good, healthy house.
I mean, that's fair to say because it's probably true.
Because you've never looked up how to maintain a house.
I haven't had to maintain a house until I lived in this one.
You wouldn't even do anything to maintain the apartment back when you had those.
I mean, that's fair.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, Darian. Doing nothing to help yourself and prepare you for the world.
You know how it is.
This cat.
He wants attention. You gonna say hi to these people or what?
Well, I'm trying to trip the cat.
He's gonna fucking destroy your life.
He's trying.
Yeah, he is.
There we go. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah. And you're just gonna sit in my lap after
After you bullied the shit out of him?
Yeah. What? I don't understand this specific animal.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's there.
Hello. What are you doing? Huh? Don't touch the microphone.
You gonna minimize the?
No, I'm not gonna minimize the thing.
What are you doing?
My hand just drifted. That's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We are getting intense, I think.
Maybe.
Because Jenna's probably hanging out, I think.
In that moment, I hear a whisper of movement down the hall. I limp out a bit more, watching as two tall ears slowly materialize out of the darkness. For a moment, I see a young male fox in overalls in front of me. But that imagery dissolves as Jenna is slowly lit up by the light coming from the weight room.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a young male fox in overalls. I got cheated. Damn
it. She's covered in dust from the crawl space. I'm startled, but I'm not scared because I know she can't see me. At least she shouldn't be able to see me, but her piercing eyes are right on me.
Well, she would still be able to see. Well, if they woke up Raven, then she wouldn't be able to see Raven anymore. But the door's open and the light's on.
Yeah.
So she'd see in there and Raven would be gone and she's going to be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or not.
She can see me. Maybe it's the fact that it's not Jenna at all. Maybe it's because she's completely possessed and it's John looking through her eyes. Whatever it is, she can see me. That's clear. Because she immediately raises the knife and bares her teeth at me.
Uh-oh.
I don't want the others getting caught by her, especially with Raven tied up like that. I need to give Carl or I a chance to attack from behind, depending if she goes for me or takes a turn into the weight room. She's coming!
Uh-oh.
I break out into the hall and away from Jenna, hoping to give one of us the advantage. But she's coming so fast. Otter, you're on it with James, huh? Her voice, rough and deep, unlike anything I've heard from Jenna before. I realized then that there's no waking Jenna up from this. It's not Jenna anymore, and John sure as hell isn't waking up. John lunges, and I turn and run.
Run.
The fox doesn't even glance into the weight room as he comes for me.
This music's really does a good job at setting that really uncomfortable kind of spooky tone.
I limp and leap through the darkness, left hand stretched out, desperately feeling for the end of the wall. That is significant. That is signify the stairs. I hear the fox breathing behind me, bumping into the wall. Finally, my hand falls through nothing, and I turn sharply up to run up the stairs. As I stumble upwards, I start to wonder what the hell is going on, that I'm going to do.
He wants the water. Oh, he's not having a good time now.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, now he's not resisting.
Right, he's like a little frozen. He's like, I can't tell if I want this or not.
Well, I could try and go for the bathroom, lock the door. That doesn't exactly help out Carl. I can't stop thinking about the newspaper clipping that John's hanging corpse ate. If I can get all the pieces that it wants us to get, then maybe I can end whatever this is. My thoughts are interrupted as something cold goes down my back, followed by an even colder pain, just to the right of my spine.
Oh, does he get stabbed?
I gasp as if I've fallen into water, but continue upwards. I can hear Carl shouting too at the base of the stairs. There's too much distance between me and him for the ramp to be any help. As I reach the top of the stairs, there's a loud thwack sound to the left of my head, just as I stumble into the kitchen. A quick glance over my shoulder, and I see John yanking the knife from the wall. Almost sobbing now, I jump limp my way to the front door, hearing John screaming curses at me from behind. While I want Carl's help right now, I also don't want him to catch up. I don't want John turning on him. I struggle with the door for a moment, for some reason trying to push on it rather than pull.
Nice.
It's only a few seconds, but enough for John to gain on me and swing the knife again as I pull open the door. I scream and duck, hearing the metal clang against the door hinge. I lunge forward out the door, and it's the cool of the early morning. The sky is a soft blue as dawn breaks.
Are we technically on Monday now? Because it's morning.
Maybe.
We've been on Sunday for 80 years.
I limp as fast as I can down the steps, down the driveway towards the slope past the road. But John catches me again, and as I'm on the road. This time he grabs my shirt, holding on to me. I turn to face him as he draws the knife back for another swing, but as that moment we go over the slope. Even if my in my adrenaline-fueled state, the fall is painful, and each time I roll, I can feel the stab of rocks sticking into my skin. The final bounce is punctuated with the blinding with a blinding pain in my forehead as it collides with a small boulder.
Oh, that's a trip, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I shakily get to my feet, looking left and right for the tree, panicking until I realize it's right in front of me. I stumble right into it, clinging to it. I scan the dirt, but there's nothing, no paper at all. Jenna's getting up, just 5 feet away. I can see blood oozing through several scratches on her body. The knife is still in his hand, and he zeroes in on me again. I cower and move behind the tree, my plan ruined.
Foiled.
And that's when my face comes level with the hollow of a tree. Automatically, I reach in, feeling around, feeling mostly spiderwebs and twigs before. Carl appears at the top of the slope.
Hey, stop!
John rolls around, a knife raised as he immediately moves in the other direction. You! My hand finds the corner of the piece of paper, and I pull out the newspaper clipping. I scan over it. It's another quote from Carl's mother. I begin to read, my voice cracking as I manage a shout. But I was able to open a lockbox kept by James himself. It was full of jail letters between him and John. John froze in his steps, knife still raised, looking up at Carl. I don't want to sully the Hendricks name, but if what John says is true, James framed him as of the most heinous crime in Echo's history. In the meantime, Carl stumbles down the slope, moving carefully around the fox to stand next to me. I reach into my pocket and pull out another piece of paper. I hold them up. John, we know the truth. I'm going to tell everyone in my documentary, okay? I'm a journalist, a reporter. We see the truth.
Oh, he's calling himself a journalist now. He's a student.
John turns towards me, a knife slowly lowered. And just like that, it's not John anymore. It's Jenna. The knife clutters to the rocks. Clatters? Clatters. Carl reaches out to hold me, and I collapse against him, everything numb. Jenna's hands go to her mouth, staring at the knife, staring at me and Carl before she screams. In the distance, I can hear sirens.
Damn, what a time.
I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Okay. In the middle of the part, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is. I guess I could just piss on your cat if you want.
Well, I mean, I don't want you to do that. That would be...
Those are your options.
I mean, hey, you do you, man. It's fine. I'll just try to fill the space. So how's everyone doing? Just kind of hanging out. I think Josh is having a rough time, but you know, it's because my house is not suitable for people. Well, it's not suitable temperature-wise, I guess. I don't know. Well, not temperature-wise. It's just very, very dry. Very dry in here. But you know how it is. Have to remedy that because I have had some issues with dryness in the past. And I'm always like, I should buy a humidifier, man, because, you know, sometimes I'll be dry and, you know, a little bit of moisture in there is always pretty good, but it is what it is. I know he's coming back. I'm going to have to... This conversation never happened. Thanks, man. Ash. Oh, no. Not the tube. Not the tube. No.
It's like actually kind of amazing. You can feel the moisture difference between the floors.
Is it moisture? Is it moisture downstairs?
Yeah, because cold air sinks.
Because it's all down there. You can go sit downstairs if you want to.
No. Then we have to reset up everything. Like, no. Besides, this gives you incentive to actually like fix your house.
To fix my house. I'll fix it. Fix my house.
That you're gonna move out of in like 2 months.
Maybe. We'll see. Maybe. Well, I haven't had a discussion with Megan yet, but maybe because they are raising the rent. Well, because in a lot of places they do that every year.
Yeah.
For a lot of places, which I get. It's just kind of annoying. Whatever. But if it's just gonna be the two of us, because Johnny's moving out.
Yeah.
We haven't found another person who would want to move in. So I mean.
So when's Johnny coming back from his trip?
I actually genuinely don't know. Like, I'm not just not saying that.
Is he just never gonna come back?
I genuinely don't know.
He just moved to Spain and didn't tell you?
I wouldn't put it past him. But no, I genuinely do not know when he's gonna be back. Because I'm kind of surprised he's been gone as long as he has. Because they were gone, like very shortly after Christmas.
Yeah.
But
it's only been like 2 weeks then.
Yeah, I mean he makes that kind of money that he can go do that, so it's fine. But yeah, no, he's still over there. Oh look, he actually has his location on Snap. See, he's over there in Spain.
God, what a loser.
He's in what's it called? Granada. Let's see where he's at. Let's see. It looks like he might be on a street. He's on Calle Trabuco, which is a street in Spain. I don't know if he's going to a store or whatever.
You should text him and be like, yo, what's called?
He's probably asleep because it's 3:10 in the morning there.
I'll call him.
He'd be pissed.
Yeah?
He would be so pissed off.
Yeah, no, call him live.
I'm not gonna call him.
And we'll have it recorded for prosperity.
I'm not gonna call him at 3:10
Why not?
in the morning.
Look, what loser is sleeping at 3 a.m.?
Most of them. Most people are asleep.
As I said.
Oh man. No, he's been having a very fun time over there in España, but I genuinely don't know when he's coming back. It's gonna have to be soon, I'm pretty sure, but I couldn't tell you when.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's cool. Are we here? Is this the end? Did we do it?
Did we beat Daddy Echo?
Daddy Echo. We're still not done with Echo.
Yeah, you're right. Remember, you're here forever.
We're always going in circles.
Is history subjective in nature? Yes.
Yes.
The story of James and John sure seems to be. All we have...
Just keep reading. I'm trying to keep the crinkling out of this. That's Josh. That's not me doing that, by the way. Go off, brother.
All we have are a few written letters, and from these we must try to draw some sort of conclusion. In the end, it can't really be said what exactly happened almost 150 years ago.
Sure you can.
Instead, we can only provide the facts. Several native children went missing. James was accused of the crime before claiming that his secret lover, John, was the criminal. Man, I always find it funny where it's like James does like all this bullshit, right?
Right.
And John's like, he did X. And James is just, no, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
He did. And everyone's like, sounds legit.
Yeah. Who are we gonna listen to? The rich white equivalent.
It's like, John, did you never actually like pull enough proof before you? You know, it reminds me of that scene in Legend of Korra. Where Korra's just like, Amon is a waterbender, and he's just like, no, I'm not. Also, she's a criminal. Yeah. And so everyone turns on her, and you're like, Korra.
Oh, it's great.
What? Honey, what did you think was gonna happen?
Well, this is Korra. She was never smart.
Clearly.
Never, ever.
What are you?
He just wants attention.
This cactyl. What do you want this? Oh, do you want the chocolate?
He can't have the chocolate.
Have the chocolate, cat.
Don't do it, fool.
Wait, the cat's not even interested.
Yeah.
What?
He says, move along, thought. You know, Josh, the ultimate thought.
Is that true?
No. Well, you're a thought in my heart because it just is what it is.
Okay. In his jail letters, Jonathan claimed that he was framed by James. Because of the vigilante justice dealt out by the town, John never had a trial, and no record of the evidence collected exists.
Man, that sucks. Damn.
Right? James, because of his influence, was allowed to leave and live 100 miles away on the west coast, where he eventually died. Built an ice cream empire.
Yep.
What?
Made the best out of a bad situation.
I don't know. That just always seemed funny to me, just to be like, yo, I'm the ice cream man now.
Became a jolly ice cream man.
Now he can bring ice cream to all the children he wants.
Did his crimes continue, or did he stop after Echo?
Oh, I don't know.
Did Echo make him crazy to do that shit? Or is James just a bad person?
Oh.
Damn.
Never met him.
You met him in Smoke Room?
Nope.
Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. It's his grandson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
He never wrote of the incident again.
So, man, James's family came back to Echo?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it said that only James left.
Right. Oh, I guess there was more than one Hendrix that lived there at the time, huh?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He also had, his wife.
True. And
he had kids.
Child. Yeah.
So, they could have stayed in Echo.
Fair enough. That's fair. Mm-hmm.
And took over the mines.
Oh boy, we know how well that goes.
Many believe that, as journalists, we're supposed to be unbiased and only state facts. That's not exactly true, as long as it's clear that we're stating an opinion. So I'd like to do that now. So it's my opinion that John is innocent. We should be presumed innocent until proven guilty. After all, and Jonathan has never even had that chance. According to accounts written by other townspeople, James was a deceitful and emotionally manipulative person. My kind of guy. Oh, there are many accounts of his prejudice against the native people. In the end, the record that exists of John, give us no reason to disbelieve him. While James has given us every reason to doubt him. But because time is evidence's worst enemy, it has been 150 years. The definitive answer will likely never be known. Like much of Echo, the story is lost to time. I'm Chase Hunter at Pueblo University, and this has been a special report on the town of Echo.
All right, then.
I look over the report again, eyes stinging from staring at a monitor for so long.
Dang. We're like actually at like school. What?
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm a terrible writer, and the words on the script seem so clumsy. I shrug and decide I'll have time tomorrow to polish it up a bit. It's weird. Writing the last word to a script I started almost 1.5 years ago.
Okay, so now we have a time frame.
Yeah, we do. It's changed a lot since then, moving from a focus on hysteria to an old mansion mystery. My mind wanders back to that spring break in Echo.
You're really having some fun with that rapper, huh?
What about you, Kat?
He's
enthralled.
Well, he likes noises like that. Like, if you take it... Let me grab an empty one right here. Like, if you do this... He likes when it's hidden because he thinks it's like a creature. And he also likes to play with trash. He is a trash cat.
Okay. I still shake my head when I think about it. How it completely shattered my view on reality, my view on life. Of course, I didn't come back to school right afterwards. I hadn't finished my project after all.
Of course he did it.
He just drops out.
And he works so much on this project in this route, actually.
Yeah, well, he got no footage.
That's true. He just did a lot of research.
Yeah. And he did research and shit in Flynn's route.
That's true.
He had 2 days of just rummaging through shit. He had that really cute day at the library in Leo's route.
That was pretty cute, huh? Nerd BF and dumb jock BF who supports you at the library. It's a good aesthetic.
Actually, I needed therapy. Again. We all did. Except Carl. He seemed to have come out of it better than he had been going into it, somehow. Everyone handles trauma differently, Jenna would say. In fact, she has a lot of things to say about what happened. While she didn't come out of quite as unscathed as Carl, she's still tougher than me, and actually went right back to school that summer. Now she's at Weston, and a lot of her research is focused on that, or shared psychosis.
Folie à deux. Folie à deux.
The X is silent?
Yeah. When
okay.
you like deux, that's like for counting, that's like DEUX, it's like 2. Un, deux, trois. DEUX is deux.
Man, French is one of the ugliest languages.
Like to say it or to
yeah, like the sound of French sounds so ugly.
Well, it sounds prettier when an actual French person says it.
No, it's worse when French people say it. They're just spitting like, I'm like, God, why do people go like, oh, French is so romantic? No, it's the ugliest language.
God damn.
It's just stupid Americans that think that.
I used to know some more. I used to know better French.
Besides, Asian languages are like more rhythmic in nature, so they just sound more pleasant. It's the reason why non-Asian speakers think that Asian music sounds really nice despite not knowing the language. It's because it's naturally more rhythmic, like just those languages. So
yeah.
Well, you listen to French music and I'm like, wow, they just like this doesn't work.
It is definitely very different.
Because they're like trying to like make those words to the beat, and it just doesn't because French is stupid.
Spicy. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely prefer like Japanese and like Spanish to French.
Yeah, both of those are far more rhythmic than fucking French.
True.
Most European languages aren't very rhythmic in nature, so they're really clunky.
And German's very clunky as well. German's as clunky as French, like when you try to
yeah, that's
sing
why I
with
just
it.
go like Europe is just bad for
Europe
like, music because like those languages don't sound nearly as rhythmic.
Irish is kind of pretty when you sing it.
It's better. For sure. because of everything went down, the things we felt and what we saw, Jenna's convinced that that's what took place. She brought up the way we primed each other to hear and see things. The way the things we didn't see seemed to have any rhyme or reason for what they were. While I do believe a lot of what we saw came from ourselves, I'm not fully convinced that explains all of it. Mainly because the rest of the townspeople went through their own nightmare that night. I still can't believe the things that Leo and TJ went through. Still, I'm glad she can find a way to explain it to herself.
We don't even hear about what TJ and Leo like went through for this.
Well, yeah, they just like it's supposed to imply that they never got over the hysteria.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And I'm like, Chase, you're just gonna like leave Leo like that?
Yeah.
You heartless motherfucker. You sit here and you like go like, oh, I'm gonna have this cute heart to heart with fucking Carl of all people.
He's with his new boyfriend, Carl.
God, fuck that. Like.
Sorry, Josh.
Okay, but it does feel weird to me that he like. It doesn't seem like he tried to help Leo or something.
Right, just that. Yeah, Leo. Whatever, you know.
Yeah, it seems weird that like this version of Chase wouldn't have like went back and tried to like fix things up with everyone else.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess he felt so very fucked up by it that he needed therapy to focus on himself and can't really be bothered to.
Well, he's now back in college. A year and a half later, he now has the time to go help out his friends.
He's in college. No, he doesn't. He's in.
What do you mean? No. If you add up the amount of time that people on like college and shit spend on like social media,
and
you just move that time to literally anything else, like.
True.
Like if you took how much time I've spent rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard, and we put that towards anything, I probably would have solved world hunger.
Facts, though. Like, if you took all that time and devoted it to like learning a skill you knew absolutely nothing about, you'd probably be a master by now.
No, instead I can write like huge theses on like how compelling the writing in
that's just
Card Fight Vanguard is.
It's a skill very few people have, so you know, I would hold on to that. That's a good use.
Look forward to my 100-page essay on why Yu-Gi-Oh! Zeal is one of the best written pieces of art.
It's gonna be your dissertation when you go back to college. When you go back to school, you're gonna write your 50-page thesis.
Man, so I mentioned to someone that I was like, oh, I was watching like the first episode of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Zeal and taking like notes on like things I could talk about. And he was like, oh, how long? Like, and he was like, oh, so it wasn't very long, right? And I was like, hilariously, I had 3 pages by the time the opening started. And he just like looked at me and was like, what the fuck?
Bless. Are you gonna do a series about Yu-Gi-Oh, Josh? You gonna talk about Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh my god. A nip into the future? What? Oh my goodness.
Look, I've been writing that shit for like 3 years.
You're ready.
I go back and forth. I'm like, should I actually do that? No, it's Zeal.
Hey, you're prepared. You could just have content ready, like at the ready. But do you want to bring?
I don't think the world is ready to learn that Zeal is great.
Do you want to bring Yu-Gi-Oh players into the community though?
Yu-Gi-Oh players don't watch the anime.
Oh, true fact.
This isn't Vanguard.
Yeah, that's fact.
Because like, I'll strike up a conversation with a Vanguard player and they'll be like, oh yeah, I love, and they'll just like mention like episodes from all throughout the entire franchise. Because like, Vanguard fans will watch the anime.
Yeah. Not Yu-Gi-Oh fans.
Yu-Gi-Oh fans will not. It was the same with Buddy Fight, where like you talk to a Buddy Fight player, they watched the anime.
Right.
And it's like,
it was so ingrained. I mean, the fact that like the cards
have the characters on them. I
wish
Vanguard did that more.
That'd be kind of cool. Because I know the old ones had like Aichi as blaster blade.
Yeah, so they did that for a bit at the beginning of V series,
right?
But that was it. I wish they would do more with that, but
but they do it with overdress now.
They do it, but only with like the DSRs and shit. And I'm like, I kind of wish they did that for like lower rarity shit. Like now that we have order cards, which are basically just their spells.
Yeah.
Just put Aichi in it. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah. Right. Fuck it.
Who cares? She told me over the phone just last week that she hasn't forgiven herself. That she should have been stronger than that.
Oh, they talk on the phone. How nice. I wonder if he talks on the phone with Leo.
I hope so. I've told her over and over that it's not her fault, but I guess after coming to with a knife in her hand and her friend sobbing, and her friend stabbed. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because Chase had been stabbed.
Yeah.
While going up the stairs.
It left an impression. I rest my hand on the thick scar through my shirt, and run all the way down my back and wiggle the ankle that caused me a permanent limp.
Ooh, dang.
He tripped so much, he has a permanent limp. Jesus Christ, Chase.
What a guy.
This Punish Chase?
This is Punish Chase. He's got an eye patch and everything.
Still, this whole incident, it actually brought us closer. At least Jenna, Carl, and I.
TJ who, Flynn who, Leo who.
You can throw at everyone, just have you and Leo. Like that's the better.
Even Raven's closer than Leo now.
No. I date Raven. Raven's one of those guys that I probably wouldn't ask out. But
right.
If he asked me out, I'd probably
let's go,
yeah,
let's
you know
go
what?
on a date, Let's have fun. That could be fun.
Take me out to dinner tonight. Sweep me off my feet.
Yeah.
Let's see if you fucking can.
Let's see if you fucking can.
It's still painful to think about how Flynn, Leo, and TJ, poor TJ, aren't really talking anymore. I guess it's the fact that we went through completely different things during the incident. Of course, we'd told the police that it was someone else that had stabbed me while the town descended into madness, and we just threw away the knife, threw it into the lake or something, for memories. Echo, a name now famous worldwide after a mass hysteria incident that truly brought a dying town to its ultimate end. At least in terms of being a failed town. While no one really lives there now, it's certainly become a tourist attraction. Countless news reports, TV shows, and paranormal investigators, probably like a bear and a coyote, descended on the area.
From this school, it seems like.
Yeah. In 3.5 years, though.
Yeah.
Especially once the news story changed from spree killings leave 9 dead to whole town went nuts.
I like that headline a lot.
Luckily, not a lot of focus fell on us since we weren't exactly living in Echo anymore. We just got into the ambulance and left. Carl, on the other hand, along with the rest of his family, are still harassed by the media. Carl's mom, Trisha, is a pro at handling the media, though. I still wonder what about what exactly is what that it was that stopped her from publishing all those findings.
Was she also maybe possessed?
Well, Chase isn't complaining now that he can steal all of her work and not cite it since she was never published officially.
Facts.
And so there's no reason to cite it.
Yeah, he's like, I just found this. Fuck it.
Actively, there's no reason to cite it. You can cite her citations.
Yeah.
That means he doesn't have to write his own citations. Just copy-paste.
Just copy-paste, baby.
Yo!
He doesn't even have to put in any work.
Fucking blessed.
What's the freaking citation format called again?
MLS? It's MLA.
MLA format. Yeah. Okay.
That's what it is. I had a teacher that was like, I want APA just because I know you all for sure know what MLA is. So like,
man, fuck that guy.
Yeah, right. Oh well.
Garbage.
Well, all writing programs now have an instant citation button.
Yeah. So like, there's no, yeah. But
there's actually no reason to learn how to write citations anymore.
Back when we had to do it manually, back in the day.
No, I never had to.
I did.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to do it.
I had teachers that wanted, like, I had one teacher that was like, for one class was like, you're gonna learn how to write citations, but here's how you do it on a computer.
Mm-hmm.
But he did, like, we had like one assignment which we had to like write them out.
Right.
Because he's like, I have, and then like even he was like using air quotes, like, have to teach you, but like,
yeah,
no one's gonna do it. Even when you're in college, like he was like, when you're at a real university, not at a fucking community college, like you fucking poor idiots that aren't, one, not rich enough, and two, not smart enough to go to a college. And I'm like, facts.
I watched a video recently that was kind of covering some stuff going on with this professor at a music school.
Yeah.
And it was based on it was a response to a keynote speech given by another professor, and it had a lot to do with, like, music theory and race and stuff like that, kind of just stuff like that. And the person the professor responded, and like in the first paragraph, like listed a fact and cited the source as Wikipedia, like in the paragraph.
Fucking bless.
A doctorate professor, like it was Dr. something or other, fucking used Wikipedia and cited it as his source, which you're not supposed to do ever, and he got fucking lit alive for it. It was great.
What a flex.
It was so
You know what?
funny.
I feel like I would want to like go through college, do everything, get like a big master's doctorate degree, and then when they're like, we want you to do this paper, I'd be like, here's my source. And like just to okay, no, so this is actually a thing that I said once, where like this was in like fundamentals of design or something.
Okay.
And like I was talking to this girl, and she was like, we were talking about global warming, normal things.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I'm going to change my major to like, I don't know, whatever you do to like get into that field. And then once I met like the person to talk about like X, I'll have like a big public meeting thing and be like, okay guys, here's how we stopped global warming.
Right.
We build a giant air conditioner in the Antarctic.
Oh my god. That would be the best thing ever. And then people wouldn't know whether or not to take you seriously or not, because you're like, well, this guy knows his stuff, right? He's supposed to know his stuff, right?
Right?
And you just have to be dead ass serious about it.
Big air conditioner.
Hashtag stop big air conditioner. Fuck.
Tell me why that wouldn't work. You can't. Because it would work.
like they make a big air conditioner, like it's like just a giant building sized window unit, like with an enormous like dial that no human can actually turn.
Oh my god. I'll have to ask her sometime, considering I'm practically family due to how much I visit Carl. In the end, the relationship I had with Carl in the dreamscape didn't exactly survive into the real world.
Aw.
No, that's good.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Who would want to date Carl when Leo's there?
But Leo's fucked up now.
That might make him
Carl's
more attractive.
Carl's self-confident now.
I don't want a self-confident boyfriend. I just want
what the
Leo.
fuck?
And if Leo happens to be self-confident, that's just a plus.
Oh my god. Okay.
Carl told me that he didn't know where he ended and James began, even when he rejected James's influence. We couldn't really trust anything that happened there. But still, he's my best friend, and I plan to spend the summer over at his house when I start my next project on Echo.
You're gonna go back again?
Yeah. Well, you see in Arches when Chase and Carl show up, because, they're there.
I guess.
They're just setting that up.
Cool.
And he'll bring his husband Kudzu along, because the Leo route's the canon one. And
Well, is he doing this in he's not doing this in Leo's route.
yeah, but he said he was considering going back to school eventually.
True. Eventually. But what if this
And that Carl went back to college in that route as well.
That's also true, yeah.
So they could
I do
meet
like
back
that
up,
route. Yeah. I do like that route.
right? Yeah, I realize that there are a lot more stories to cover there, and I plan to uncover them. It's almost healing going back now without any fear. My own little therapy. I guess I always end up back there eventually, because you're always going in circles. The sound of clops to my right make me look up, just as a bulky ram fills the frame of the doorway. Carl leans against it and rolls his eyes.
Did we get a future portrait? No, it's the same, but his beard's back. That's fine. Dude, you told me you were gonna work on that tomorrow.
I smile and rest my chin in my palm. Was just giving it a quick once-over before we film.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, I'm going for some pizza. You coming?
I'm not really hungry, but taking my mind off Echo for just a little bit sounds good. Carl always cheers me up anyway. I nod and nod over at the corner of our dorm room, where Carl's papier-mâché sculpture of a tortured-looking bird sits.
Oh, he's such an art student.
Right. Don't you have to finish that thing by tomorrow? Carl shrugs.
I got like 3 energy drinks in the fridge. I'll be good. Come on, let's get going. I want to meet Caitlin there too.
I get up slowly, stretching out my back. Oh, I see. So, I'm just your wingman. Carl smirks.
It's not like that, dude. I just like hanging out with her. Now let's go.
Carl hangs out of the frame, starting to swing himself out into the hall. Hey, Carl! Carl rebounds back into the room, leaning in towards me.
Yo.
Thanks for being my friend. I don't know if it was all the reminiscing about what happened the spring before last, that's what, wow, words. Or if I'm still not over what happened, but Carl seems to understand. He smiles and reaches out a big hand towards me with which I grasp.
Of course, man. And if you need to talk or something, I'm here. Do you want to talk right now?
I shake my head quickly. Nah, I'm good. I just wanted to say it. And Carl smiles.
Well, thanks for saying it. Now let's go.
Carl again swings on the frame out into the hall. There's some loud clopping before I hear him shouting at someone and giving them what sounds like a high five. I smile to myself as I look at the document on the screen one last time, before closing the laptop and following Carl out into the hallway.
Man, we did it. That was a good route.
I like it. I know it's a lot of people's least favorite.
Is it just because it's so backloaded?
I think it's just it has the least memorable moments.
I guess so, yeah. There isn't a ton of standout moments, and it wraps up. It feels like it wraps up very quickly.
Yeah.
Like the very end just feels.
And I never liked how, like, I guess like one issue I have with Carl's route is I feel like the mystery and stuff with like James Hendricks and John doesn't really like thematically like overlap with Carl's like lack of motivation and like.
Yeah, they're two relatively unrelated things, and it is kind of weird that like this experience is what made him kind of be okay, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, I kind of would like there to be more with Carl himself overcoming things.
Yeah,
it kind of feels like it just kind of happens.
Yeah, they knocked out two birds with one stone.
Yeah, because you have that line of like, you have that, like, I really like that scene where you go to like the college campus and he's like, oh, I kind of like used you as like a crutch.
Yeah,
but like that kind of like that comes up at the beginning of the route with like when you're just like hanging out at his house.
Yeah,
but like it doesn't come up much outside of that.
Yeah, because we shift from Carl's personal turmoil to the mystery, and that's kind of where
it was
about.
For a while. And I was kind of like, I also really like how they don't get together. Actually,
yeah,
like not even just like, oh my Leo,
right?
But like I like that it's like, oh, they're just, because Carl's the best friend character.
Yeah,
so I like that they get to remain just best friends.
Absolutely, and that's perfectly fine. I definitely think it works a lot better than them ending up together. But you know, it's just have you a bro that you can just like cuddle with. That's so good. A bro you can cuddle with is the best kind of bro. Because sometimes you just need to like fall asleep on your bro. It just is what it is.
Sure.
Well, you're not a very physically affectionate person, Josh.
No, I'm not.
So, but it is quite nice to like just fall asleep on a fella.
Terrible.
It just is what it is. What do you mean terrible? I'm great.
You can keep telling yourself that.
I have to, or I'm doomed.
Or who will?
Yeah, or who will? All right, but we did it. We did Carl's route. Man,
rank them.
Rank them?
Yeah.
I think I like. See, it's hard to rank them as wholes. I mean, I feel like overall Carl's is probably the weakest.
Yeah.
I like a lot of elements of Jenna's route a little bit more than Flynn's.
Yeah, I get that.
But I don't want to say Flynn's route is, well, I don't know. Flynn's route is kind of a little stronger overall than Jenna's route.
I like how focused Flynn's route is. Mm-hmm. It's the one thing with Jenna's route that I don't like, where I just don't think it's as focused as it needs to be.
Yeah,
like it feels like it's because it was the last route written.
Yeah,
it's trying to wrap up a lot of other loose ends from other routes.
Mm-hmm. fills in the rest of the spots just because it's the last one.
Yeah.
I still think Leah's route is the best one. It's the canon route. It just is. See? It just is. Okay.
It's so good.
Not because Kudzu is there, but just like.
Oh yeah, it's because
thematically, it is just the strongest route for the main player character.
Yeah.
And
I do think like I like Chase's conclusions in both Carl and Leo's route the most.
Yeah.
Because I of course, like, it always, like, even like Route 65, it always seems like a lot of Chase's motivations is like, you know, who he wants to be with in a way. Like that void in his life that like Leo left, and so like him getting what Kudzu was like a really nice conclusion to that.
Right.
While I like Carl's route in a way of just like it's the only route that follows up on like his career choice.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's true. He decided to stick with it, and I mean he found his quote unquote muse, which is Echo. Unfortunate, but you know,
what?
There's a lot to pull out of there, and you know. He has a strong connection. Would you
not want to go to Echo?
I really don't think I would want to do that.
Man, Darian, I'm gonna try to find like a convention in like Salt Lake City.
So that we can go to Echo.
Are there furry conventions
in Utah?
in Utah.
I mean, there's probably furry conventions everywhere. And if anything, it would be in Salt Lake City because that's like the city in Utah. I don't know other ones, but that's just my guess.
And then have an Echo meetup afterwards.
Ooh. People don't need to meet me. They want to meet you. You're the host. I'm just here.
What? Yeah, but you're the bullyable one.
So? I don't need to be bullied by strangers more so than I already am.
Whatever. That's what Super Eye Patch Wolf has to deal with.
Yeah, but he's the main guy. He's also the bully. Or he's also bullied. He's the main one who's also bullied.
Yeah?
He has his own fans, not just beyond LFAB fans. He's got Super Eye Patch Wolf fans.
Yeah, but those are like actual children.
But Super Eye Patch Wolf fans think he's the coolest thing.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
It's the Let's Fight a Boss fans that know the truth.
They know the truth.
They know the truth.
Oh no.
Oh man.
All right, everyone. We'll see you around.
Oh boy.